Well, gang, here we are. The final chapter of JJK has dropped. And as you know, it's been a long 6 years. Almost felt like eternity, the way a lot of pacing and breaks were happening. It was a ride. It was a fun ride, I think. A lot of ups, definitely a lot of downs. A whole lot of downs. But it was a really great experience. We felt like the whole, Hunter x Hunter left was being filled up by JJK, and it felt great. All the new fights, techniques, the different type of interpretations of how to do an arc, the Shibuya incidents, the culling games, all great stuff, and it all comes to an end. Now, let's talk about the chapter a little bit. 271, the very final chapter of JJK. As we left off from last chapter, on their last mission with Yuji, Nobara, and Megumi, they're here to find the person, the cursed user or cursed spirit, doing this little jokester of a thing with like making the guy look all weird. Not really much there. It's just about them asking, how do we fish this guy out? What do we do? What's our plan? How do we get this guy? That's mostly what they were talking about with the trio. It's actually pretty fastly resolved with them just going, let's put her at the top of a building, and then as soon as he try to reactivate his curse technique because he's out of range, they'll find him. They did. It happened like exactly as they said they would. They saw the guy, caught him extremely fast. There was like not even a fight, not gonna hold you. There was actually no fighting whatsoever. They caught him, and then as he was getting about to be taken away in the car, as you know, it's illegal to do that type of stuff. Cursed users not supposed to harass regular people. And the reason he was doing it, by the way, because it was a hostess and he spent like 1,000,000 yen on the girl. I was like, yo, I spent millions on you, girl, and you gonna do me like this? Like this? Damn. I mean, I can't. It happens, I guess. I could see it happening. It actually is a realistic case, unfortunately. But the real meat of the chapter is when we get a little flashback of what Yuji and Gojo talked about. And it was just more about Gojo saying, yo, you have enough, Gojo Satoru. It's time to move the fuck on, all right? It's time to move on from Gojo Satoru. Yuji, you can become so much stronger than me, so much greater than me, all right? I see so much potential in you. It's crazy. And when I'm not here, I know that you will surpass me 100-fold, which, I mean, that's, Gojo putting stocks in Yuji right there. Yuji's gonna be the strongest. L Yuta, sorry. Gojo said it. Gojo sponsored it. All right, Gojo sponsored. Well, it's mostly about how Gojo's talking about, like, he'll probably be forgotten, by someone strong, someone who beats him, as well as the kids, Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara are gonna forget him when he's long gone. And Yuji obviously says, we're never gonna forget you. Like, that's not happening. As well as Sukuna even said, I will never forget you. So he's gonna live a long life in everyone's memory. As well as we found out that Gojo has love and dreams of his own that he wants to see come true, but he probably won't. So he puts all it to Yuji. Yuji, please live on. You can have my dreams and hopes and live for yourself. Okay? You can surpass me. Be a greater person and present than I ever was. And he tells the guy in the curse user, listen, after this, come work for us, all right? I think you can be really helpful to us. Just cheer up. I'll be there, and we got good people. And that's basically that resolves right there. And then we get a little snippet. This is basically the only thing that probably is really good in this whole ending here. Not gonna hold you. Aside from that, I guess little thing there with Yuji and Gojo, and it's Sukuna and Mahito meeting at the afterlife, in a sense of crossroads of being put into the cycle. Mahito being there, he said like, ha ha ha, you lost. Yeah, we both lost, huh? Now didn't we, Sukuna? And he's like, yep, I lost. Oh well. And Mahito's like, what the hell? You're not mad? Like, nope, I lost. I'm a loser. Now, if anything, I'm just probably gonna choose a different way to live life. Not gonna hold you. Like, I lost, so I want to try something different. Like, I could have tried something different beginning when I was like first being started, but you know what? Now I have a chance to do it now, and I hope whatever I become, it'll be a better path. And he walks off in like a crossroads, left or right, something like that, with Urume just crying, and just walk off into a dark sunset, which is pretty romantic. Not gonna hold you. It's well, I think Urume, because like really looks up Sukuna, and Sukuna respects Urume. Sad enough, we don't get any backstory whatsoever, right? Ass, I don't understand. And Mahito, you know, the foolish guy he is. He's like, oh, I'm the only one sulking. This is BS. What the hell? What the hell? That's all for that part, and that's basically where it ends. Just that. It just ends there. It's not really like, I guess there's space for a part 2 in a sense, but it's hard to say. Like it can be a part 2. So many plot holes, so many stuff just left there. Part 2 can be possible, but I guess probably doing his little break, or might actually do a different manga, come back to JJK way later in the future. Who knows? Who knows? But I will say, up to like these last final pages, JJK was a good like 8 or 9 rating out of 10 for me, you know? It was actually really going up there, and I had to see how it was gonna end. With the ending as it is, I'd give it a 7 or 6 for the ending. For the whole, it's weird how the ending affects a manga really badly, but it's not a bad 6 or 7, you know? Like, it's enjoyable up to that point, and I respect it, and I hope you respect it too. If you like the ending, good on you. I'm glad you did, and I hope that you support GeGe's next work and give him a chance to improve, because it was his first manga, right? His first actually long run manga. So if anything, we're gonna see something beautiful. He's learned, he'll adapt, he'll do more stuff that he felt like he missed out on this one, right? It was a fun ride, and I hope to see you guys enjoy whatever you come across next. And I hope you you watch me talk about it too. I'll miss you guys. I'll miss JJK. See ya. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I had to talk about. You might see people feeling like, oh, this ending wasn't that bad, right? Or they wishy-washy from like, oh, you know what? The leaks showed this and all that. You know what? Maybe it's not that bad. I'm content with this ending. I'm happy for this ending, but it's a weird feeling of the reason you're content with this ending is 'cause it's the ending that you're getting. You don't have a choice, right? You don't have a choice of changing the ending. If you think about everything that has led up to the ending and all the stuff, just the plot not explained, left open, you're like, wow, that is horrible. Well, because you just see one thing being resolved in a sense of the story just ending, you're like, this is it. This is the ending. And I gotta make peace with it. It's like the 5 stages of grief. You've had time to grieve, expecting it's gonna be a bad ending, and at that point, you're okay with it. I guess it's like a death, huh? You've made your peace with it, and now you can accept it for what it was. Might have not been the best, but you accept it. It's not that bad. Maybe that's the story. Wait, whoa. Was that what the moral of the story was? Put us through all this grief to just accept it in the end and move on?